You didn't go too fast, did you? There's already work there. I don't know what's going off.
She always just finds a wee bit though. She's canning if she gets her own way.
She go rubbish. What happened? What we got left, Keith?
He's all right actually, yeah. He's been at the sales last few days, so there's plenty of moaning about that. But no, he's over. If you read the book, there's plenty of tribulations on his health and that. But no, all clear, and he treated it like it was toothache, so it was all good. It started. A good friend of mine passed away, and I just started thinking, well, that's a bit, and I just wrote it down. I just thought, well, there's some way to get over it, and then I wrote about the car crash that Mick was in with Tim Corby and my brother, and showed that to me mates, and it was all through fluke really. And I sent it to Alan Lee of the Times. Obviously many horse racing punters will remember him, and he got me going really and gave me a target to aim for, and I didn't stop. I think it's a better book for the way, who wants to hear about success, do you know what I mean? I mean, Marcus Rashford, the footballer, he'll have an autobiography out shortly, and that'll all be success. And because it was so bad and because it was so dismal, I think you can take a lot out of that. And in bad times, you can often, you've got to turn to humour, haven't you? Because otherwise you'll go a bit mad. So, yeah, I mean, I think the book's a lot richer for it being so poor as a year in terms of horse racing and health. If it had been this year, it would have been a different one altogether.
You go on. You have another turn. You go on. You join that. Just look straight through. Who's that? Who? Truman. You can go straight on.
Coping strategies, that's what you need. You need coping strategies. He's the worst communicator on the planet, although he likes to communicate. It's an amazing experience. You just basically have to be very good at mind reading, because the big horse and your man and what's his name, you've got to guess who these horses are, and you've got to think, because he knows every horse, he knows every detail, but he's not really too keen on getting it all out. The big horse is there. Look, that's Harrison. You need to know, rather than have a name, he's got an alter name that you've got to think about. So it's a challenge, but like anyone who works with their family, it's annoying, but it's worthwhile. When you get into your 60s, and it'll happen to me, you start grumbling about everything, even the good things. And I can see it happening to me now. I'm into my 40s. I'm half optimism and half pessimism. And I think it's just dealing with a miserable old git. But my cousin does it, and if you've ever worked with your dad in any shape or form there, it's very frustrating. But that's just the nature of our generational gap, I think.
He did work well, didn't he? Kept going. Keith, you looked to work well. He kept going, didn't he?
He wants to go racing a lot. He wants people to go racing. He doesn't care about strike rates. It's frustrating because, although he's probably right in a lot of ways, it doesn't do horses any harm mentally to learn on the job. It can damage your profile, as it were, and everyone's so statistically focused these days, and that's fair enough. Mick doesn't care for that though. He goes, well, it'll be a better horse in a month anyway. You know what I mean? And you're thinking, from a business point of view, that's not great, but as long as it doesn't do the horses any harm, I suppose what harm does it do? Because Mick certainly doesn't give a hoot. You need to have a thick skin to be a young jockey around here, but again, I haven't got a problem with that. Mick thinks I think we should all be good, jolly good friends, but the only problem I'd have with that, again, is Mick grew up in an era where the first thing he did was hit someone with a stick. As a young footballer, he had that. And he thinks everyone needs a stick, though. And I remember a lad called Maggot, Matthew Davis. He thrived on it. He thrived on a rollicking every single day. But there are other people who need an arm around them. And Mick's only just, if the big stick's not working with a young lad, he'll just get the bigger one out with a nail on the end of it. You know what I mean? And like I say, but that's just who he is. And he grew up in the hard ways, council house kid. I grew up in a much more prestigious. Prestigious? What's the word? I've written a book. I don't even know the word. What am I?
Privileged.
Privileged, there you go. Sorry, I'll say that again. Yeah, Mick grew up in a council house, and I'm probably a bit more privileged in terms of being who I am, but he thinks it's the big stick all the time, but I think there's probably two ways to go about it.
Just do it nice. She should do it nicely. That'll probably struggle, Zolly, but see how far she can go. And Keith will give you a chance. She's got to work that, all right?